I'm here at Home Depot collecting supplies, and fortunately lumber prices keep dropping. So despite the fact that I priced this all out last week, this is going to come out about, I think, $20 cheaper than I originally planned on. Well, I made a mess in here. Lots of lumber just hanging around and other things that don't have a home anymore, but it's time to start building. Just have to find my tape measure now. So I think the challenge is going to be working within the space I have. Obviously I can't use the saw right there because there's not enough room for me to exist while it's there. So I'm gonna have to probably move some of these boards over and move that fridge somewhere else, just temporarily. In case you're wondering, that is a miter box and a hand saw. A lot of times hand tools can do like 90% of the job of power tools, and they cost a fraction of what a power tool does. Instead of going out and buying a new saw, that saw I already had, and that miter box cost me $4. Obviously, if I was doing this type of project every day, then I would consider switching to power tools, but since I don't do this all that often, I think hand tools are just fine. People have been using them for centuries, and there haven't been that many problems. Well, that took way longer than it should have. Kind of hard to actually cut in that position, but not too bad. It's possible. And the more pieces that I cut, the more room I'm going to have. That's also the first of 6 cuts that I have to do on the 2x4s. And then I get to start cutting on the 1x4s. And those are going to be a lot easier since it's half the material. So I managed to finish cutting up all of the vertical support pieces out of 2x4. You can see there. Tomorrow I'm going to start in on the 1x4s and start assembling this. I'm trying to get the table at least up to the point where it can support other pieces so I can cut on our table instead of having to cut on the floor like I am right now. It should only be, 4 or 5 more cuts before I get to that point, so I'm looking forward to that. But first, before I go, the other thing I bought at Home Depot today are these little magnets, and I'm using them to hold up these window coverings. It's just fabric window coverings, but they're fine enough that it won't let the mosquitoes in. So I can have the windows open at night without worrying about mosquitoes. And that's really important right now because it's super hot out and there's mosquitoes around, so this should improve things tremendously.